Hey everyone, glad to be back with you here on Obscure Victories Gaming and our slow burn Dynasty with New Mexico Lobos. We just finished up week 10. It's been about a week, but we lost 34-20. But I wanted to start the video here because we have a lot of recruits that came in this week, and I want you guys to experience the thrill of the wait to see who we signed. We had a big time middle linebacker coming in. I'm blanking on his name, maybe it's Mike Woods, and some other notable recruits that we're hoping to get. So let's advance to week 11 and see if we get these guys. All right, so we did sign 3 guys. I'm gonna have this blacked out here while you guys are watching, but first name there you see Mike Woods. We did not get today. We are in a recruiting battle, which is good. I'm assuming we jump to the top, and I'm hoping that we can just kind of hang on and take this into the off season with Mike. Next, you'll see here, big time signing for us, Adam Carpenter, our free safety that we're after. He was the 4-star guy I believe we were able to add with the event wheel. So when we get that one from the event wheel, that's turned out really well for us. So Adam Carpenter, great to see him here. Then our next signing, hopefully he pans out, but it is kicker Mark Smith. I know he went down 3 on our initial scout, and so we're hoping that the rest of his attributes bump him back up to 76 at least. Then you can see our next visit here was Tyler Gillett. So he visited with Adam Carpenter. I don't know if we got a minus for that, but they're a 4-star and a 3-star, and sometimes if it's a 4 and 3, I don't know if they cancel each other out or have a negative visit. So Tyler Gillett got 300. I think we'll take him off our board since we've got Adam Carpenter, but we'll have to make that decision as we go on later. Then our third big signing, Bruce Hodges, strong safety. I really wasn't committed to this guy. He started as 69 overall, but I'm hoping he comes in a little bit better than Matt Anderson. And if Matt Anderson leaves, I think I'm okay with that, even though Bruce, I think only had 77 speed, but we're stacked at strong safety. So Bruce will have time to develop. And if Matt Anderson stays, then we have 2 guys developing, which would be great. Josh Grant, wide receiver, came to visit. I'm kind of glad he didn't sign. I'm not sold on having him on the team with all the wide receivers we have. And I think we're targeting some JUCO guys. So we'll have to make a decision on Josh. And then the last guy that came in to visit was Zach Harris, middle linebacker, the fastest linebacker we're after this year. We got 300 on him. So hopefully we pull ahead on him and we can get him in. That would be big for us, as well as Mike Woods. So a successful visit week 10, even though we didn't come away with the victory. All right, let's move on. All right, top 25 continues to shake up. Texas jumps to 1 after beating Ohio State. Pitt gets back up to 2 after beating Duke. Michigan State jumps up after beating Michigan. That's a huge win for them. Oregon drops after losing to Stanford. Tennessee stayed idle, so they're 7-1. They take on Missouri this week. Bama beat LSU, so they jump to 6. Virginia Tech up to 7. Penn State up to 8. Iowa is all the way up to 9. And Oklahoma drops to 10 after losing to Iowa State. Florida State at 11, Clemson at 12. FIU lost to North Texas. We played North Texas this year. I think we blew them out, but FIU is kind of brought back down to earth with that 77 overall rating. Miami 14. Stanford jumps only 5 spots after beating Oregon. Georgia Tech is up after beating Maryland. USC drops after losing to Arizona. Ohio State lost to Texas, we saw. Michigan lost to Michigan State. And Ole Miss beat Texas A&M, who we play this week. And then Florida jumps up. Then all new teams here, 22 through 25, Iowa State, SMU, Cal, and Louisiana. That's it for your top 25. All right, Heisman watch. Terry Tidwell takes over the top spot over Justin Bryant because he was on a bye week, which generally happens. Corey Rogers moves up. Trey Zitch goes down. And then Jared Carter is back in. Championship contenders, there we are at 32 after losing to UTEP. They have us predicted at 20 next year, 16, and then 53. So still a solid A- grade for championship contender. A quick look at toughest places to play. Again, all the teams you expect to be up here. No big surprises, I don't think. Although Minnesota maybe at 27. Go Gophers. NC State. Oh, look at this. Minnesota is above Iowa. Navy's up to 35. There we are at 40. I think we were maybe 38 or so last week. So not a big drop for us. Still holding solid at a B. All right, here you can see we got 2,400 points to play with. Let's get into recruiting. All right, there's Mike Woods. We did not get into first with 50 points out. You can see our visit here. We only got 300. Did not meet any of the game goals and just had that base score with a complimentary visit. You can see Stanford is going to get 750 bonus for their second visit. UCLA is going to get 550. And then USC is going to get 900. So this is by no means over. We are going to drop, but we got our unlocks. I'm guessing we'll have to use one more, maybe two by the end of the season. Oh yeah, but UCLA will not get their visit, I don't believe. They don't have a scholarship on him, and they're out of the battle. So we've only got to worry about Stanford and USC. I think we can stay in this into the offseason. Zach Harris came in, really looking good on him, the only school going after him. I do want to scout him again since we've got extra points. Goes to 63. Block shedding looks decent. Not a coverage guy, but we still got a lot more to find out about him until we know his true overall. Jeremy Hutchinson, athlete we had late. Again, only school going after him. He is a JUCO. We're going to scout him. Jumps to 78. Again, he could be a receiver, running back, or a quarterback, which I think we could for sure use quarterback and running back. So that's good to see. Cedric Harmon, another JUCO athlete, 70 overall, only school after him. We're going to make up a lot of percentage points here, putting 500 into him. So that's good to see. We'll give him another scout. Goes up to 71, solid. Tim Evans, JUCO, sophomore. Scout him again. Be great if he jumped up to at least 70, but I don't know if we're going to find that out before the end of the season. So we'll keep 250 on him. So Tyler Gillett is 98% locked. He's got 2 more visits left. He was mostly just a backup, so I'm going to take points off him. And I'm not sure if I'm going to take him off the board yet. We'll see what else we got going on down towards the bottom of our board. Josh Grant looks solid receiver, making really good ground on him. Nobody else is after him. We'll scout him again. Catching and route running look really solid. Wow. Speed acceleration. We got acceleration around 80. That's good. Again, for the guys that we can get. He's got some break tackle, and his catching went up. So I think we're going to stay on Josh Grant and sign him. Harvey Allen, you can see these schools are moving up 90 because we have not done anything with him, but we're going to scout him 10%. Hopefully he continues to go up and we can go after him. We got jumping. That does not help. All right, so he's going to stay as is. Phillip Hines looks like another solid middle linebacker. We'll scout him 10%. We'll scout him 10. Finesse moves go up. It's at 66. Okay. Mike Morris is a JUCO wide receiver. I think he's just a real burner. You can see speed A, acceleration B. We'll scout him. Juke and return. That doesn't really help us. But I'll throw 500 into him so we keep climbing and take over Oklahoma. So we signed a kicker who is 73 overall. Maybe I should go scout him before I determine what to do with these other kickers here. I'm hoping we can get kick accuracy on this one. Nope, stamina does not help. So I think I'm going to go after Ross Washington. Let's see top schools here if we still... Yeah, I think I'm going to go after Ross Washington. We'll scout him a little bit, see if we get anything. Nope, stamina. Again, doesn't help. Because we haven't been signing 25 guys. And if we can just get a good kicker in, again, not that Mark Smith is bad. He could even, move to punter if need be, because I don't think we have 2 solid kickers on our team right now. So I'd like to go after Ross Washington as well as Brian Bullock. And if I sign both of those guys, I'm fine cutting one. Because we haven't, again, signed 25 guys, I think, in any recruiting class. So we'll scout Brian here. Speed doesn't help. And then we'll start by putting 250 into each of those guys. Again, not the highest priority. I want points to play with for other guys, but we'll start moving up. All right, now to the new additions here. Larry Dennis, JUCO cornerback. I don't think I can have enough cornerbacks. We need depth there. We need players there, as well as that linebacker and everywhere, but I definitely like having good corners. And so we're going to go after Larry Dennis. We'll go 250. Can adjust it later if needed. JJ Patton looks like a solid corner. We'll scout him. Doesn't give us much. We'll put 250 into him. Eric James looking good. I want to scout him again. For the first time. Acceleration, good. Okay, 65 overall. Man coverage, zone coverage look good. We're gonna put 250 into him. So Tim Howe and Brian Fox are both JUCO guys. I think they're sophomores. Otherwise, I don't think I would have added them at 63 and 64 overall. Again, I can't remember. It was maybe a week or so ago I recorded the last one. But we're going to scout them, see if we get anything. Man, that's just not going to cut it. I don't think so. I'm going to remove Tim. I mean, it's a JUCO 63 man. Not going to do it. Brian Fox stays on the board. He goes up 1. That's helpful. No points, though, I don't think. Adam Thomas I added late, but Arkansas State looks like they jumped on him, got a visit. Not worth going after him. He was going to be, just again, a fast linebacker, but he's off the board. Then I couldn't resist adding a fullback to the board here, Jason Schaefer, but it looks like all these other schools are after him. I mean, we could go 500 and try to battle for him, but we're only gaining then 160 on UTEP, so we'll back off him. Would have been nice if we could just kind of sneak him onto our board, but he's off. Athlete George Johnson, same deal. I thought we could sneak in and get this guy. He's a freshman. Again, we could put 500 into him, get him a scholarship right away, and battle out. But we'll see what these last 2 guys are. David Murphy, a D tackle. I know I said we didn't need one, but I kind of just went around. I think I added these guys off camera during the week. I kind of had the urge to jump into the Dynasty and do something. So I think I got on here and started doing some recruiting. But looking for guys that were kind of matched up with their top priority. So conference prestige for George here, B-. I was like, hey, that's a good fit. We'll go after him. Playing styles at A+, but dropping 425, not going to add him. So David Murphy, again, D tackle. Oh, I think I was talking about George, like he was a D tackle, but George was an athlete. David's a D tackle. We could put, again, 500 in. We could be gaining 190. We're only down 565. D tackle is not a need. But again, if we look at the fit, playing time is A-. Not sure how that works when our D tackles are, I think we've got, 5 coming back? 4? But maybe he is better than them, so the A- makes sense. I'm not sure. So we're going to keep him on the board. I think we'll scout him. He goes up to 70. He would be a good get. He's a good fit. Program tradition. Looks like he's willing to overlook that for playing time. So we'll keep him on the board, and we'll check out Jason Anderson here. So Jason is a junior college DN. He's 82 overall, which is great. My concern is that if I go after Jason Anderson and we sign him, as the thing I'm kind of being cognizant of, do I then force out Andy Allen, who is a tremendous freshman DN that we have? Because Jason Anderson is going to come in willing to play right away. Let me just check my depth chart here and make sure that Andy Allen wouldn't be spooked. I wish there was a way that you could communicate with the athletes here. I don't know how difficult it would be, but again, say I have Andy Allen, right? I'm really high on Andy Allen. I want depth at DN, right? There should be an option to communicate that with Andy Allen on the game, so that when Jason Anderson comes in, Andy Allen doesn't think we're trying to replace him and says, well, I'm not going to get playing time. He transfers out, which happens quite a bit. So if anybody who makes college football 25 or 26 now can get that into the game, that would be great. All right, so for DNs, we've got Brandon Stone returning at 81. John Muse is a sophomore. Brandon Stone would be a senior. Jonathan Francis is a low freshman, redshirt freshman. Jeremy McGee is 74 overall. He'll be a redshirt junior. Joe Hunter will be a redshirt sophomore next year. And Andy Allen is 77 overall. So right now, for guys returning next year, he is the second best DN. If I bring in Jason Anderson, you would think Andy would be able to see, hey, I'm still in the rotation for DN, probably starting, but I just don't know that. So we've got 700 points to spend here. We've got 3 new guys, and if I do the math, 7 divided by 3, that'd be around 225, right? Anybody who knows math? Yep, there we go. Boom, 235. Okay, so happy with getting those guys points. Let's scroll back up. Harvey Allen just can't do anything with. Josh Grant, I'd love to bring in as a freshman. Gillett, we're going to leave as is. I'm actually going to move him down the board to the bottom. Just not a priority. Punter, kicker. Again, if we sign both these guys and we have to cut, one of the three, I think I'm okay with that. Well, again, we'll see how it plays out later on in the season, but as of now, I want to have that option. It looks good on all these other guys here. And that's it for recruiting. Again, Mike Woods, we did not take the lead I thought we would. We've got 2 more visits to kind of sustain the battle and stay in it until the offseason. I think we can do it. I'm hoping we can do it because it would be really great to, at the end of the season, just, pump a lot of points into Mike Woods. And these guys are going to be, these other guys are going to be pulling away. Nobody else is after them. So that should be pretty easy to get. I don't see much resistance on our board right now as far as the guys we're going after. Look at this. Maybe Eric James. And actually, we should get Eric James a scholarship. We'll take it out Brian Fox. All right, so psyched about the recruiting board. Again, newest recruits here, Adam Carpenter. No points to scout him. I'd love, again, to be able to scout half and then get the last half here and know what we're getting. But it is also fun to, after we sign everybody into the preseason, we really find out what they are. Bruce Hodges here, I said it earlier, 77 speed. He's got the acceleration. He's got hit power. He's got the coverage. So maybe 77 speed isn't a big deal. Mark Smith, kick power 73. If he's redshirted right away, he could be a good kicker. All right, Scout with the Nation came back to Quentin Payne. I know I cut him, I think it was last week. We have Jacob Morrow, we have Brian Foster, but I was looking at Quentin Payne's grades and it's hard to pass up. I think if we bring in 3, again, we got Collier redshirted this year, but I think Quentin Payne is just too good to pass up to bring in with these other guys. So we added Quentin Payne. And then this next one, you can see Morris Johnson is 68% signed, but he's a JUCO tight end out of California. And I wanted to see what would happen if I added him this late and when he's at 68% locked. Can we make up enough ground, week 11, 12, 13, 14, so, 4 weeks. Can we make up enough ground to get a visit or just get in a battle with this guy? So this is more of an experimental ad than anything, but it would be great to sign him. And then there's another middle linebacker here, Alfred Lawrence. Again, good speed, good acceleration, power moves, finesse moves, got some tackle. Again, just another guy to add on board, add depth. And then JUCO, strong safety, David Robinson. Good speed, good acceleration, tackles up there. Got zone coverage, got some block shedding. So it looks like a solid, strong safety that we could add to the team. All right, that's it for recruiting. Let's move on. All right, A&M is coached by Jimbo Fisher. Although I did see that his job security is low. I think he's on the hot seat. Offensively, they're going to run a pro style. They're going to run a little bit more than they pass. And you can see they're fairly conservative. So again, screens and draws. I got to remember it. On 3rd and long, on 2nd and long, screens and draws. Defensively, they got 4-2-5. Pretty balanced defending the run and the pass. And then they're going to be fairly aggressive. Jimbo Fisher is a level 54 coach. He is maxed out. The on-field results are not showing it, but they've got the recruiting classes, they've got the coaches, but that SEC is tough. Defensively, they got Mike Elko. Again, a lot of good bonuses for his players. I'm sure they've got great players, as we're going to see. And in most cases with these top-end teams, great players will get better. Offensively, they got Daryl Dickey, level 19. A lot of good bonuses here. And the one that concerns me the most is the Great Wall, the offensive line. I think we've struggled to get to the quarterback, and this is going to make it a little bit harder. All right, let's check out their players. First, offensively, they got tight end Albert Henderson, 97 overall, 80 speed, 83 acceleration. This is a tight end I would love to end up having on my team eventually. Good awareness, good catching traffic, route running, pass blocking, run blocking up there. This guy's a well-balanced tight end. And even with the ball, he's got strength, he's got break tackle. So he's going to be tough to cover and tough to bring down. Next, we got running back Jeremy Towns, 95 overall, 89 speed, 90 excel. Really good numbers kind of all the way down here. Break tackles at 97. Trucking is his lowest attribute, and that's at 77. Very elusive, great vision. Strength, not so great. Catching is good. Got a little stiff arm, and then spin and juke as well. Next, we got quarterback Brandon Osborne, 94 overall, 68 speed, 79 excel, so he's going to be a pocket guy, but he could hurt us on the ground if the situation is right. Good agility, awareness is pretty good. Throw power, throw accuracy look really good. Accuracy at 99. Doesn't get any better than that. He can break some tackles, fairly elusive, so could be a little bit of a threat on the ground. Next, a really good running back in the backfield again, Tom Pitts, 94 overall. He's going to be faster, more acceleration, better agility. His break tackles at 99, great carrying, good trucking. Elusiveness is way up there. Vision is great. Strength is a little bit down. Stiff arm is decent, and he's got spin and juke as well. All right, defensively, they start with cornerback Nicholas Stewart, 89 overall. Really good speed at 94. Acceleration, agility up there. Man coverage 96, zone 92, press 89. Catching good enough for a cornerback. Play rec at 98, pursuit 92. Good tackling for a corner. So this guy's going to be able to cover and support in the run. Next, defensively, they got middle linebacker John Taylor, 89 overall. 77 speed, 87 excel, so not the fastest, but his tackling is good. Play rec is really good. Block shedding is good. Pursuit, zone coverage, man coverage, hit power, all really good. He's got strength, and then he's got power and finesse moves to get the quarterback as well. Then we got defensive tackle Sean Thomas, 89 overall. And speed, acceleration, what you expect from a D tackle. Awareness is pretty low, especially for a junior. So he must not have had much playing time leading up to this year. Strength is really good, tackling is good. He's got really good power moves. Finesse moves might be his lowest trait, but still at 80. Block shedding 92. Pursuit's good, hit power is really good. He looks like a disruptor in the middle. Paired with Sean Thomas is defensive tackle Marcus Williams, 88 overall. They do run the 4-2-5, so they'll both be on the field. You can see his speed and acceleration are much better. Agility, awareness. I'm guessing this guy was an athlete coming out of high school. Strength is good, tackle good. You can just see mid-80s there, block shedding at 80. So just a solid D tackle kind of throughout all the skills. All right, let's take a look at our depth chart. See if we can find any weaknesses. There's Brandon Osborne we saw. Backup, looks like more of a scrambler. Looks like a good sophomore, 83 overall. Then a junior behind him. Running backs, we saw both these guys. And then even Joe Howard looks solid. And of course, they've got a 77 overall freshman running back behind them. Fullback looks good at 81. They might use him. They got a pro-style offense, so we'll keep an eye out for him. Wide receiver, we saw Colby. There's Spencer, 88. Bailey's 88. Flowers, 85. He's a redshirt freshman. And Kendrick. And then they go tight end. And we saw Albert Henderson. Jeremy Robinson's a good redshirt freshman. And then Nick Gaddis is a freshman. So their recruiting class is really showing up here. Chase Robinson, left tackle, 87. Left guard is a redshirt freshman at 86. Marcus Thornburg is injured. Then William Key will take over. He's actually a little bit better. Right guard at 93. Right tackle at 88. So a solid offensive line for them. Plus they get the coach bonus. They're going to be tough to beat. Left end we saw Trey Williams. Left end goes 88. Right end 86. D tackles we saw 89, 88. Left outside linebacker goes 79, but he is not on the field in a 4-2-5. It'll be John Taylor, who we saw. Maybe Barry will punch in here sometimes at right. But then Luke Webb will be the right outside linebacker. He looks solid. Cornerback, they go 89, 87, 85, 83, 80. A really solid team here, not seeing any weaknesses except for that left outside linebacker, but he's not even on the field. Free safety goes 86, 99 overall speed there. And then strong safety goes 83 overall with 90 speed. So they are good all the way through. So we're going to have our hands full this week. Kicker and punter look solid. They're both freshmen. Kick returner is going to be Sean Bailey. Decent speed, acceleration. And then their long snapper is Jonathan Taylor. All right, next up, let's spin the event wheel. See what's happening with our team this week. All right, first one, we got figured it out. So +7 awareness to somebody. We'll find out who that is, but this is just, giving somebody an awareness boost. They've been paying attention in film study, in position practice, and they're really starting to figure it out. So let's find out who that is. Tight end number 3. I I think that's Atari Rice, so that'll be good for him. All right, second spin. We got running back ability to 75%. So that's really going to help us out. It's amazing how slow the running backs are, off the initial handoff to hit a hole or to make a cut. So this will be nice. So this will be a good change of pace for us. I'm excited about this one. All right, we'll make the changes to Atari Rice. All right, so game plan coming into this week. Again, I think Lewis is out for another 4 weeks or so. Let's actually check. Yeah, so Terry Lewis is out 3 weeks. Theo Cruz is out for the season. So we're going to be rocking with Andy Smith at quarterback. We may pull the red shirt off Sean Maxwell. It probably isn't a bad idea to get him some playing time, get him some XP bonuses throughout this season to help him boost his overall. So I'll think about that here as we play. We'll see how the game goes. But if we pull the red shirt off Sean Maxwell, I'd be tempted to start him. So we'll have to make that decision as we go. But again, game plan wise, it's going to be a lot of DeMarcus Kroll. Vincent will get some carries. Andy Smith, not a runner, so read option. It will probably be limited, and that hurts us. Maybe we go to more wide receiver sweep to Williams and things like that. But we'll have to adjust somehow with our running game. Maybe it's just, only the running backs run. I'm not comfortable with Andy Smith carrying the ball, 10 to 15 times like Theo Cruz did. Passing wise, I think Andy Smith is a better passer. So that bodes well for us when we need to pass. Hopefully the game stays, within reach here, and I can continue to make reads to the right open guy and move down the field. Again, when we play these really good teams, turnovers are pivotal. If we can get some and limit ours, that's going to be huge. But when we do play, these tough teams in these games, I do kind of mentally prep to have, at least one turnover so that I'm not really thrown off, if and when it does happen. But it is going to be a tough game. Again, you saw their roster, it's stacked. I'm surprised they're 4-5, but again, they play in the SEC. So it's going to be a tough game. We're at Texas A&M, one of the tougher places to play as well. So make sure you tune into the next one for the gameplay. And until then, keep gaming, keep growing, and keep celebrating those obscure victories. Game on.